Hi all, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another sketchbook tour. I've actually meant to do this one here for a hot minute. I finished this in April of 2025 and just haven't had a chance to film it as of yet. So you guys know the drill. We're going to change camera view to down and we will get right into it. Here's the sketchbook. So it is a square sketchbook. It is hardbound. I've always loved hardbound just because I do take my sketchbook out with me. So if I'm drawing anywhere other than home, having that hardbound makes it so much easier to just be able to like throw it in my purse. Anyway, square sketchbook. Along the binding, I do have the words, "Don't be afraid to fail. Failing is just your first attempt in learning." So that's really what I think a sketchbook should be about, is playing around and figuring out what you like and what you don't like. I do like that this sketchbook has the pen holder and the little elastic closure. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right in. And then opening her up to the opening page, and it just says, "Talk about an awesome sketchbook." Oh, I just realized I didn't put the finish date. I will make sure to update that. I do try to start out my sketchbooks with some goals. So my goals for this one were to stay creative, to do more food art, to really test the paper just because I had never used this brand before, and then have fun and push myself. Try and use a wider range of subjects. I tend to really just draw the same things. And then use a variety of art materials. I feel like that all kind of plays back into testing out the paper. I did this in alcohol markers with some colored pencils and some fine liners. All right, and the first drawing here is like a mandala drawing. I love doing the repeating patterns. I just always have enjoyed. It's kind of like a mental brain dump, but just fun way to fill up a page and easy to be able to carry just a couple materials with. I love not looking at these sketchbooks and then like going back after a period of time and showing you guys, because then it's just kind of like a little mystery on what I have in there. So I'm always surprised. So I had splotched out the different colors over here just in case I wanted to redo this. But it's just a bunch of fish with some fun, dots. I love that. It's a total vibe. Really love the salmon. Yeah, too fun. Oh, and then I had gotten some Ohuhu illustration tone markers, so it's just splotching those out. As you can see in the sketchbook, there is quite a bit of ghosting that happens, so I only drew on one side of the paper, and then I almost always had like a piece of paper in between, just so that way there was no bleeding onto the next page. As you can see, there's some of these sections that are quite saturated, and so I didn't want to be wasting paper by having those. Oh, and then I'd also gotten the Ohuhu 24 pack of skin tones. And so once again, just color splotch those out. And then I did this nice little drawing using that same set, and then went back in with some colored pencils just to push the values a bit more. Ooh, the meat in watercolor. So those are right here. I actually really love this set just because of the fact that you do have such a good variety of colors in there. And then you can just close it up and throw it straight into your bag. So really nice set. I like the color variety, but just kind of went back into the fact that I wanted to color swatch those out and also see how this paper was going to react to a watercolor. Not all papers are created the same. Granted, this isn't like doing a ton of layering for watercolor, so it's not the end of the world when it comes to it. I don't know that this paper would really hold up if you were doing like layer after layer. I think you'd really go through it pretty quick. But oh man, I had bought a bunch of supplies all at once. So this is the Ohuhu 48 pastel colors. So just a variety of color swatch there. Oh my goodness. I don't remember buying this many art supplies all at once. I must have just been vibing. So these are just some varied markers. I want to say these ones are also on there as well, but I'm not quite sure which one those would be. Just trying to branch out and try different things for doing my portraits. And then also the nice thing about markers is that it kind of just pushes you to make more intentional marks. And so it allows you to analyze portraits or whatever it is that you're drawing and look for those shapes. And some more new supplies. So this was the Faber-Castell 9000 Jumbo, which I do love the Jumbo. I love the way that that fits in my hand, especially after injuring my hand earlier this year. It just fits super nice and just has good feel for it. And then we have our Holbein acrylic gouache in an 18 color set. I honestly, if I'm being 100% honest here, this is the only time I've used it. I color splotched it out and then I haven't used it since I did that. I actually kind of forgot that I bought it, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna have to find that. Oh, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice? Oh, I forgot all about this drawing. So this is done using alcohol markers, and then I used, I want to say, Faber-Castell Polychromos. I kind of go back and forth on whether I like the Faber-Castell Polychromos or the Prismacolors more. But yeah, Beetlejuice. I'm pretty sure that my eldest decided what I was drawing that day, and I think we were watching the new Beetlejuice. So had to put it in the sketchbook, because why not? Bugs. Oh, I will always love bugs. I have, if you've seen other sketchbooks, you will know that I draw bugs a lot. I don't know why. These are obviously not like real bugs, but loosely based on real bugs. And then just choosing a couple colors and drawing fun patterns in their shadows. Oh man, that looks delicious. More food art. So this was just a burger reference drawing that I believe I found on Unsplash, and just wanted to use those watercolors, and then went back in with some colored pencils just to kind of push the value, as well as a white gel pen. Ooh, these are fun. I do these all the time. So this is just obviously random shapes. So I go in with, I'm pretty sure, yep, alcohol markers, and then I go back over the alcohol markers with like the acrylic paint pens. So Arrtx is a really good brand that I use quite a bit. There are other ones out there as well, but yeah, just creating a variety of patterns on each of the different colors. And it's something really easy to do, and I feel like it always is something that puts a smile on my face when I look back through my sketchbook, just because it's a bright vomit of color. Oh, yeah. This is acrylic. I think this is the same thing. I think this is alcohol markers underneath, and then going back in with those acrylic paint pens and just kind of adding into the design. If you followed me for a while, you know that I am a sucker for florals. So this is no surprise that I have found a reason to put some florals in my sketchbook. Oh, I love, this is probably one of my favorite ballpoint pen drawings I've done. So this is just using a Bic ballpoint pen, you know, like the really cheap 2-cent ones that you can buy in a jumbo pack. One of my favorite supplies to carry with me when I'm out and about, just because you can draw anything. It's just making sure that you're intentional with those marks. And then I went in with the gel pen and added the reflections in the glass. Not my favorite. This is just a bunch of roses, obviously. It's a really easy repeating pattern to do. I must have just kind of wanted to draw something but didn't have a good plan in place. I don't know. And it's not my favorite, but at least I was creating, at least I was putting something in my sketchbook, so I guess that's something. Yum. This was my breakfast one morning. I love sunny side up eggs. Always gotta have them. And then I'd had some spinach off to the side and bacon and eggs. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm a Midwest gal. I love bacon and eggs. And this was done with, I believe, alcohol markers, and then went back in with colored pencils and some gel pens just to really push some of those highlights. And Waluigi. Waluigi is done using alcohol markers and some colored pencils. When we play Nintendo, it's Waluigi and Toad are probably the two most used characters. I will forever be a Toad gal. I don't know why. I just think he drives faster than everyone else. So, anyway, cute little drawing. Pizza. I am so hungry, you guys. This is not helping. So, did some pizza here. This is done using alcohol markers. Yes, alcohol marker. Oh, I like the next page. Alcohol markers and color pencils. Kind of seems like there was a going theme here where I'd use that quite a bit. But just a nice margarita pizza. Who doesn't love that? Sounds so good. Especially look at that crust. I bet that's just perfectly light and airy. And then this page we have some more portraits. I want to say this is one of those, I'm pretty sure I used this pen for that. I have kind of fallen in love with this little pen. It makes really fine lines, but if you're not careful, it will also gleek out a bunch of the ink all over your page. I've had it happen a couple times. But I'm pretty sure that I used this pen, which was one of the ones I had tried earlier in this sketchbook. But really happy with how those faces turned out. I've just always been drawn to the line structure of a face and how each face can change so much. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love that. I forgot that I drew this, but I love this. I just love the intricacies of the little designs. Ooh, and then I pulled the roses in from that previous page. And we have hearts. Oh, and the Econoline eyes. Oh, that is so cute. Totally forgot I did it. Oh my gosh, I forgot this sketchbook had these. You guys, I'm so excited to turn the page. I love bugs. Look at that cicada. Yes. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I forgot that this was in this sketchbook. Alcohol markers and Faber-Castell Polychromos, and then use some gel pens to really pop some of those whites. And I love it. I love bugs, especially cicadas. Just, yeah, the shells. We collect them and just sounds like fall. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. So you have that shell, you have a freshly hatched. I don't know how you refer to it. That's probably wrong. Please don't come after me. But it is done in alcohol markers and colored pencils. And these are probably two of my favorite drawings that I've done of bugs. I mean, I love my little designs, but those are so cute. And then we have another mandala drawing, not as successful as the other ones. Really not my favorite, but I do like the different color of the pen. I think that's a Pilot Juice pen. I love the variety that you can get in those ballpoint pens. Actually, I think it's a gel pen. Ooh, I don't remember. Anyway. Quack, quack. Who doesn't love a good mallard duck? Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, I love it. And goes back to drawing with pen. Really got to push yourself. I forgot. I love these. If you guys have not tried the water soluble wax pastels, they are a ton of fun. So this was just me color swatching them out into this sketchbook just so I could see how they would behave on the paper. Great set. I got the 84. I also have like a smaller set that I like to carry with me that just has like a fewer selection, or a smaller selection, fewer selection, goodness gracious. A smaller selection of colors to take around just because the 84 pack is a bit bigger. And then just continued the colors because I couldn't get them all in this section. And then just kind of played around with the water. It's such a fun supply, and it's always fun trying out something new, and also when you're trying to test paper, seeing how it's going to handle something that's water soluble when this is not a watercolor paper. And I don't love this. This was also using those wax pastels, and I was just trying to like play around with color and design. It's the wax pastels and then one of the markers. I want to say it's like one of these that I had used. Not my favorite drawing, but I'm testing the paper. I'm having fun and trying to be creative. Oh, maybe I did. I don't think that's the same set of colors. Just kidding. I think that this is gouache. So just did a gouache painting of a lantern, kind of going back to the trying to push the different subjects that I was doing. But I like the color combinations. I like that it didn't take up the whole page and that I just did like a section of the page. Oh, the strawberry. I do have a tutorial on how I did this. I forgot that I actually added it into this sketchbook, but if you would like to learn how to draw this strawberry, I can make sure that I link that video for you. Oh, mild liners collection. I love these. I use these for drawing my bugs all the time. That's where you're seeing like the different colors. So I had bought a bigger set just because I had been buying like onesie twosie ones. And yeah, wanted to put them in here. And it's very easy to lead into the next page. Bugs. Oh, it's fabulous. Look at all of those bugs. That is fantastic. So using the mild liners for the base colors, including the shadows. And then I did add some additional color pencil, it looks like, just to kind of develop the color a bit more on the top. And I think these are super successful. I think that'd make actually a really cool fabric for like a button-down shirt. I would rock that. Raphael. You guys have seen Raphael in my other sketchbook. I had actually drawn it in here first, and then I put it in that sketchbook because I was looking for ideas, and friends came together and we came up with all of the turtles as, I don't know, punny names based on their names. So this is Raphael. That's the first time I actually officially drew him. And then here he is. But that's why I wanted to put him on the bigger papers. I just didn't feel like the cute little size of this page did him justice. Oh, he's so awesome. I still love him. Ooh, These are, ooh, I love that. So just going back to using pen and kind of playing around with the shapes along a page, and just kind of pulled some flowers out of one of my floral books and quickly added them all to the page. I really love that though. And here we have some faces. So just done in ballpoint pen. I'm not quite sure why I didn't add anything over here and why I only stopped with 2. But that's the great thing about having a sketchbook, is there are no rules. I don't have to put anything over here. I could have done 1 and then considered the rest of it just done. It's all about playing around and having fun with your materials in your sketchbook. And if you're overdoing a drawing, then move on to the next page. Kind of like I could have put something over here since there's nothing that bled through on it, but I didn't. Florals. I wish I had written down what flower that is. I want to say it's a peony, but I don't know that that's correct. It looks peony-esque. Look at that. I love it. I love the cross-hatching. I love the composition on the page. I still could have added another one here, but that would have also made it really busy. And the square. I feel like this square really works for this design. Ow. Not my favorite. Obviously, because I didn't finish the page. I don't know if I would have considered it more successful had I finished the page. I don't know. I don't know why I stopped drawing it. Ooh, the Arrtx paint markers. So those are these right here. I use these for everything. I use them in my sketchbook. I use them to design shoes. They're a really fun supply to work with. Anywho. So just quickly color splotched them out, and then I wanted to see how well they held up to black. So I did a black line first and then did the colors over top just so I could see how opaque they would be. Oh, more flowers. Once again, really like this. I love the Gerber daisy. Freesia's kind of boring, but that's beautiful. I was wondering where that drawing had gone. So this is just ballpoint pen. It's one of the multi-use ballpoint pens, actually. It's this guy. So you have all of your different colors there. And so this was just a quick portrait I had done. I tend to kind of gravitate towards doing a portrait if I don't know what I want to draw, just because I feel like that's something that I can always continually learn and work to try and truly master. And then a lot of my portraits, I try and focus on the face and have the hair and the accessories still be noted, but not have them be the main attraction. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And a bug, multiple bugs. I wonder why it's just the 3. But this is done using those acrylic paint markers. Just a variety of colors. Not quite sure what I have going on here, but hey, at least it's a completed page. Ooh, a little typography. Just done with a... that might be a Muji pen. Another great supply that I enjoy using. I don't really like this. And I mean, I would never want to go through a whole sketchbook and think that everything that I had in there was great. This is also done using, I think the yellow underneath is acrylic or the alcohol markers, and then everything else on the top is the acrylic paint pens. Just playing around with color and kind of doodling. I don't love it, but I don't know. Don't be afraid to fail. I also don't love this page. But sometimes you just got to create something, and I must have started with a doodle and then grown tired of it, which is why the page is not complete. So not my favorite, but once again, at least it's something. Oh, plants. So this is in my living room. I have a ton of plants. And this monstera had just undone a new leaf. Now it has multiple new leaves, but I loved the striations and everything within those leaves, and it was something to draw. No, it's a love bug. Like a ladybug, but a love bug. Once again, this is... this might all be the acrylic paint markers. Not my finest work, but still cute to look at. An orange. I am super happy with how that turned out. Could have pushed the values a bit more. It is quite saturated, but that is using alcohol markers and some colored pencils to push the value. And then I believe I did use the acrylic paint markers just to add some greater depth. I love oranges. Oranges don't love me though, so it's sad. Leg lamps. I hope you know what this is and that this isn't just some silly drawing, but I decided that leg lamps should come with the offering of different shoes. So I had done a Converse, like a Chuck Taylor, just because that's one of my favorite shoes. And then I thought I'd just amp it up, and why not have a leg lamp but with a rollerblade? I think it's funny. Before I go to the next page, I did character design for a while. I have a separate sketchbook that I've literally never shown just because I never finished it. I've contemplated actually showing that sketchbook, but when I had been looking for ideas to draw one day, I saw this girl and I wanted to redo it. So here she is. Here is Aurora, and she has fish shoes. So fun, crazy fish on the top with a humongous brain. And then I thought it'd be fun to take a pair of Chuck Taylors and create them into like a massive platform shoe with some fish. I feel like that's not safe for the fish and that wouldn't be nice, but looks pretty sweet. So yes, this is Aurora. And I don't know, maybe you guys can comment below and tell me whether or not I should show that other sketchbook. It isn't finished, but it is probably 70% of the way through, and there are other character design drawings in there that either I should pull over to another sketchbook or I should just show you guys. Anyway, yeah, love the way it turned out. This was alcohol markers, color pencils, and then actually I think that's it. Yeah, super cute. And definitely my style. I love the oversized shirt with the shorts and Chuck Taylors. That is something I would wear to a T. Ooh, look at the butterfly. So just playing around with color. Back to these alcohol or the acrylic paint markers. Just, I've always loved butterflies. Butterflies, flowers. I literally have a butterfly on my nail right now. That's hilarious. I painted my nails the other day, and so I decided to do a monarch on my thumb. Yes, I was wondering where this went. More food art. I am obsessed. So thought I would draw some grapes, and it turned out so good. I think this is a very, very successful page in my sketchbook. I am so happy with how it turned out. So this is alcohol markers, color pencils, and then the background is done using gouache. And then I use the white gel pen to kind of push some of the values on the dots for like the watermarks. Oh, so good. And then next page here is just using some watercolor, just kind of playing around with paint blobs, because why not? Oh, and then I think the reason why there's this weird pattern here is I had been like wiping my brush off on a paper towel and it smudged down here. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to have all of this be like white and have that one smudge, because that would have just driven me insane. So just pushed it around on the rest of the page to make it look like it was intentional, but it was not. It was not intentional at all. But a fun little page that's kind of just like a brain dump. You don't have to really try. You just add in a bunch of colors that you like, and yeah, fun pattern. Ooh. So this is done using those mild liners. Just thought I'd do a quick little eye reference, and I think that looks super good. It's an eye. Oh goodness, I'm sorry you guys, you're just gonna get this because this is me. Anywho. Ooh, April 2025. It's now October of 2025, but hey, little typography, messing around with those acrylic markers again. I have used them a lot more in the sketchbook than I realized. Oh, it's the last page, you guys. What is this? A wood chip? Thought you guys would like to see a wood chip. Until next time, it is the last page in the sketchbook with that final date of April 4th of 2025. Just playing around with those colors in the ballpoint pen. Oh my gosh. So many good sketches and drawings throughout, and so many that I forgot about. All right, there she was. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I already said it once, but it still does feel like I'm showing you guys my diary every time I do this. Beetlejuice, love. So good. And the ballpoint pens. I actually, seeing this makes me think about the fact that I just started the 100 heads challenge again. I did it a couple years ago, absolutely loved it. And I was looking through that sketchbook the other day and I was like, well, why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. And the cicadas. I love bugs. I love cicadas specifically. And those 2 pages, I mean, they turned out so good. Ooh, the duck. Yeah, it's fun looking back through your sketchbook and Raphael. Oh, what a fabulous sketchbook. I mean, there are definitely pages in here that I'm not happy with, but that portrait, or where are the grapes? I mean, it also kind of feels like a waste to have it in a sketchbook versus like somewhere else. But anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. I can't tell you how much I truly, truly appreciate you being here. And I hope to have some more videos to you here soon. At the very least, I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks so much.